You know, not that he falls off all of a sudden, but I think, you know, the quicker he gets to 6, the quicker he's able to be active around the map, allows him to feel like a presence.
10 seconds remaining.
Longer. So, Shadow Shaman banned, Faceless Void gets banned out as well.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
And they ban the CK. So, take away that CK. 897, another good Invoker player in the Chinese region. So, to potentially see him on the
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
to potentially see him on the Invoker would be nice, as this is what they combined previously, the Invoker and Clockwork. They made it work really well with Faith Beyond on the clock.
Radiant team pick.
I wouldn't really be too surprised to see it again. End up going Sand King on the side of Vici. We'll see how this follows up, at least, for EHOME. And they go Winter Wyvern hero we haven't seen too much of either. And right into the Leshrac for Vici, which, you know, gives you even more lockdown with the Sand King. And I guess the homing missile of the Gyro. Bloodseeker coming out. Bloodseeker, Winter Wyvern, Clockwork, Lina leaving mid available. Again, 897 was on that Invoker, went heavy into the Exhort, had that Sunstrike available to him to you know, get anybody who's wrapped in cogs.
10 seconds remaining.
So to see that potentially here again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Vici ban the Invoker.
Radiant team
They ban the Razor of all heroes. Something that did get picked yesterday in Group B, but has not been picked up in this group yet. It's actually got picked up twice, 4 times in Group B.
10 seconds remaining.
And maybe they knew something that Group A doesn't.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
They ban the TA, and they will go to that Invoker. So, yeah, 897 Invoker. No surprise, to be quite honest. And final pick from Vici will be the Storm.
You may now select your heroes.
And that is a Ori Storm, one of his signature heroes. So 897 on the Invoker, VT faded on the Bloodseeker of, formerly of Chaos, Innocence on Winter Wyvern, Faith Beyond on Clockwork, Jin Q on the Lina, And then Uri playing here on the Storm. PYW on that 4-position Leshrac. Yang on the off lane. Sand King. DY on the 5-position Warlock. And Eurus, a.k.a. Paparazzi, on the Gyrocopter in that 1 position. So, we'll have to see what they can do here on EHOME, as I believe Vici is the stronger team. And they 2-0'd IG. They 1-1'd with Sirius, and now up against EHOME, who 1-1'd with IG and 2-0'd look for Smile. Who will be playing next against IG?
Prepare for battle.
All right. A lot of spam coming in. No idea what any of that means. Okay. Something. No idea. And before we get started, let me change the overlay. Let me see if I could figure out
30 seconds
what
to
any of
battle.
that says. Okay, optimizing.
To a future of
I'm trying. Let's see, what does that say? Play the fierce affairs
The battle begins.
The fierceness of the game. It keeps moving. Hold on. Sorry. No, this isn't gonna work. Holy crap! This app is terrible. That's gotta be some meme, though. I have no idea.
or to crush.
What did he go into first? Quas? Still spamming it? Cold snap early on Ori. As we take a look at Jin Q here with Faith Beyond on the Clockwork up against Eurus as well as DY. And then Yang. Who's here on the Sand King? Nearby should be PYW, and he is near. Blocks the pull camp and blocks pull camp and could stack that camp if he wanted to. We'll see what they're gonna do though. Look for the stun. Or looks like he might look for the stun on VT Faded, who threw out the blood right. And over top, Jinkyu, a couple more shots. Eurus will get first blood. Working with that early Fatal Bonds to get the damage with the Rocket Barrage to kill off that Lina early. Yang slowed up, silenced, sitting quite low. VT Faded thinking about going in, and the stun will miss Innocence. What is this? I don't know what they're saying. I always get nervous that they could hear me in chat or in the game. Now, let me try this translate again. No mention of opponents at all. You are this brother. Don't spit my water. I'll defeat you. Is that right? No, because it says I'll defeat you, and then it says computer failure. Alright, what is that part? Let me try to cover. The fierce exquisite skill. Alright, let's calm down here, translation. Driving district. No, stop! Oh, frustrating. I realize that RS is the strongest carry I have ever seen. Oh, I guess, okay. Bye, Super Roshan. We're still in minus mode. Computer problems. Guess we're just kind of waiting for VT to come back. There he is. Alright, what... Innocence has been spamming that. I have no idea what that says. I'm sure chat will know. Or someone in chat will know. And Blood Right. Diabolic Edict doing some damage here to VT Faded. Burrow Strike lands, and there's another kill. PYW gets that one. They take out this Bloodseeker early. And this is not what we were seeing from the Invoker, at least last time they were with the Clockwork. It was not the Quas Wex build. He definitely went into the Exhort to get that Sunstrike to work with Cogs, but I guess feeling it a little differently, seeing as the Clockwork can't play as aggressively, and right now only has Rocket Flare, where the build last time was Battery Assault into Cogs, so trying to get whatever last hits he can, I think, with the Rocket Flare. Already a 1,000 net worth lead, and Vici maybe back to form, as they did struggle in a game against Sirius before. Yang, as well as PYW looking over at VT Faded for a moment. And just, you know, stable lanes, very precise here from Vici. When you give Ori his signature Storm, like, I feel as though you're asking for a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, bottom, Yang getting low. VT Faded looking for the kill, won't be able to get it. And then he eats a bit of damage himself. Meanwhile, Ori over mid. Vortex comes in, 897 in trouble. Needs to be careful, has the Remnant. Tornado comes out. And Ori, unable to finish off this Invoker.
Double damage.
DY going down to Faith Beyond. As he's got level 2 in the battery assault, finally picking up the cogs, and Invoker, though, still without the exhort to throw a Sunstrike within him. So Ori here with the double damage, an early lead, 29 last hits. 897 so far behind in the CS game. Bit of a struggle right now. A bit of a struggle right now for the Invoker of 897 mid is Faith Beyond again continuing to spam. I'm pretty sure talking about Paparazzi as a carry, sarcastically. Looking over at DY. But they've got Ori coming in with the Vortex. Fatal Bonds are out. Chengdu in trouble, ends up dying. The homing missile comes in, ball lightning across. Faith Beyond trying to run and will end up dying.
I feed you to my fiends.
And again, Faith Beyond. In all my years of casting Chinese Dota, I am astonished at seeing the Chinese teams all chatting. I think Sir Action Slacks has broken them. Because I have not seen this kind of all chatting in Chinese Dota ever. Midas mode has broken Vici and EHOME. This is a major qualifier, guys. I'd like you both to remember that. You continue to spam the all chat. So 7 minutes into the game, Ori leading the way in the CS. Now we can switch over to net worth and take a quick look. It's Eurus. Obviously this new carry here for Vici. Which is Paparazzi, obviously. He leads the net worth by 400 gold over VT Faded, who has died once but has an assist. He's farming alright. But then, of course, Ori over mid, who's now, right now, or at this moment, bottom. Could look to Ball Lightning and Vortex this Bloodseeker if Burrow Strike were to hit. It's only a level 1 Burrow Strike, so the distance on it is just not that far. And while he's over towards bottom, continuing to farm the jungle, PYW, he's looking to get levels over mid. Get more into that Diabolic Edict, get yourself that Pulse Nova. But leaving VT Faded to his own accord here. As Ori backs off and Yang kind of roaming around a bit, not staying near this Bloodseeker. So he'll have level 6, he'll have the Rupture, and we'll see if EHOME start to move with that. They've got level 6 on the Clockwork too, so Hookshot is available. And you could set up Hookshot, Rupture, Cogs for a push. Or you could just move forward and look for the Hookshot to get a kill. That's exactly what they do with the battery assault. Call down comes in. Fatal Bonds on 2. They'll get the kill on a Paparazzi, but here comes Ori looking over at Chengdu with the Vortex. And as Faith Beyond is now going to get run down, he is not shit-talking, but spamming the the copy-paste about Paparazzi. He'll lose DY. Ori now getting low, surrounded by 3 heroes. He'll Ball Lightning back to tower. Faded is up here. They're TPing in the Sand King. They need to be careful. Ori's still alive. Gets hit by the Blood Right. The salve is going to be popped. And now the Splinter Blast gets the kill onto the Storm. Burrow strikes. Split Earth landing. And down goes Faith Beyond. who will spam it again. Innocence loses his life to Eurus. And it's 7-5 in favor of Vici. Can anybody type that out in chat for me? I'd appreciate that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
With the Eurus and carry in there, please. So I don't mess it up. Hook shot with the cogs, but burrow strike from Yang. They've got the homing missile locking him in. Not throwing a split earth to follow that. And just back off.
Over here.
Xingqiu does have that Laguna Blade available, so they can play hyper aggressive whenever the hook shot's off cooldown. Hops the shrine and looks towards bottom. He will spot DY as well as Ori. Who does he want to go for? DY, battery assault out. He still has the hook shot to work with. Xingqiu gets the stun. Tornado hits from 897. They'll use the Laguna Blade with the Cold Snap. MEMP to get 2 kills. Faith Beyond, show me my spam. Ooh, they might throw it if they get the kill here onto the gyro. But he TPs away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There it is. Oh my. Ooh. And catch PYW again. Cold Snap working here for the Invoker. She shouldn't give 897 Invoker. I don't know why you do it. We saw him yesterday have an amazing game as Invoker. Yes, it was a different build, but this time around he is still on it. Yang already has a Blink Dagger, even though EHOME's got a 1,000 net worth lead. Faded going into the Blade Mail. And then Faith Beyond has already got one. A lot of farm here for Faith Beyond, it feels, this early on. But as I say that, he is 600 gold behind Yang, who's got that Blink Dagger. They'll come over, place the sentry. They have Rupture EMP with the cogs pushing him. Burrow strike, Cold Snap, one more shot. There's the kill. Easy does it there for EHOME to get the kill on the Yang. 9-7 in favor of EHOME. And, you know, no surprise that they were able to turn this and work with the clockwork. Things were looking a little sketchy in the beginning, but when they gave 897 the Invoker, Clockwork, Faith Beyond is always a treat to watch. A lot of comfort heroes here for EHOME. Not really too shocked with, you know, how well they're playing. One of the things that I think people fail to realize and criticize a lot is a throw or a this. You know, any team in China, I think the competition is so close, and it may not look that way all the time. But the competition is so close that I think anybody could take a game or two off the top team in the right circumstances, because the difference in skill is not this, you know, it's not the difference between OG and some random stack that's put themselves together. It's close for all these teams in China. Faith Beyond dying to PYW. They'll put the pressure on the tier 1 bottom. Diabolic Edict in just a second should secure the tier 1. Nobody rotating over, and BT Faded grabs the tower over towards top. And Ori.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Hello, Jinkyu getting the kill there with the help of 897. Alacrity EMP, I assume a cold snap might have been in there as well. They did use the Laguna Blade, and they just kill Ori over mid and go for the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Slim lead right now for EHOME. Hook shot out on a PYW, easy kill. EMP will be dropped. Blink. Burrow Strike hits on the Faith Beyond, who will pop the Blade Mail. Tornado on the 2. They've also got the Ice Wall. And Yang slowed up at the Chaotic Offering, as well as the people from DY. Faith Beyond goes down, ball ending out of the back lines. They'll look for 897, but good Winter's Curse. Paparazzi goes down. I expect Faith Beyond to say something. VT faded. He takes out DY. Yang goes down, and they'll look for the rest. Ori on the run. But it looks as though they won't be able to catch him. They'll lose Innocence. And the Golem giving 100 gold to Jinkyu.
Stupendous.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Invisibility.
So, 2,000 net worth lead here for EHOME, at least at the moment, 14 to 10. They find the stun. DY in trouble. Laguna Blade comes out. They'll get the kill.
So power. Go.
Quick hit there.
Hard.
As they are extending this lead and doing a very good job at the moment. Making movements and, you know, taking fights that have been quite beneficial for them. I think 897's done a really good job of helping out. Epicenter, Yang coming over. They've got Dust. Ball lightning in, and 897 like that gets popped.
Told you a storm was
Dire's
coming.
bottom tower is under attack.
So, I think Vici, obviously we've kept it close. They've got PYW, who's farming a lot more than I think 4 normally has at this point. Paparazzi going into the early BKB, as is Ori. I think it's a little bit of a slower build from Storm.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And sometimes we see like the Bloodstone come out as Yang dying to Faith Beyond over top. I'm still expecting the spam every single time. Here's the gold for the Ring of Health. And there's the hood. Oh, wow. I'm always a big fan of this. The flash farming that comes out when you've got the stacks from your 5 position. DY getting some gold here going into that Glimmer KP's happy as he threw a good chaotic offering over in that mid fight.
Dire's top
We'll
tower
see, you know, what he's able to accomplish with Ori frontlining and eventually, you know, Paparazzi / Yuris feeling good with that BKB. 9-7 coming over. I'm not certain if they spotted him. They do have that sentry within the trees. If they did have vision for just a second. But he'll transition over towards top as VT Faded continues to farm. And you take a look at what he's got. He's also going into his BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's this clip I used to have when I got to cast Ori a couple years back. He really showed up on Storm, so I'm waiting for him to have that moment. It's a bit of a different build here with the BKB, but it still gives him the opportunity to play the way he did in that game years prior. But we'll have to see. It was like back in the day when, you know, you'd get Bloodstone and start to rock and roll pretty early. Scan comes out from the Dire, not going to spot anybody, but Innocent's nearby. Blink forward, Burrow Strike will hit. They'll find the Winter Wyvern, lock him down, and get the kill. But that'll allow the rest of the team to just quickly TP out.
I'll take your tribute.
So, you know, with that kill, they start to even it up. Ooh. 897. PYW with Yang to get the kill. The Burrow Strike Epicenter coming in. I don't know what that one says, but Innocent's spamming that. I don't know if that's the same thing as what's being spammed by Faith Beyond. And again, Eurus just here to continue to farm, and we're looking for that BKB. Does he have his BKB? Yeah, he's going into the Ags next. So no surprise on that. We'll see if Satanic follows that. Usually you go to that Satanic after the Ags, you've got that side gunner, and you become very hard to kill once you pick that Satanic up. But obviously that's a lot of gold away when you're also trying to build an Ags beforehand.
Boom, there it goes.
So for right now, the game's sitting at about even. Was 3,000 net worth lead for EHOME, and a lot more of an experience lead there for them as well. The BKB finally picked up by VT Faded, who's, you know, will have the help of 897 going into a BKB of his own as well as an Ags, so a lot of gold needed to get his kit ready. But from the slower start for VT Faded to a top of the net worth spotting, at least for right now. Smoke coming out from EHOME. They'll wrap around. Eurus on the front line right there, but PYW as well as DY right behind him. They'll use the Rupture. DY should be ready to throw the Chaotic Offering, but a good hook shot coming in from Faith Beyond. Laguna Blade, Sunstrike, not even going to be needed. They'll get the kill. The Burrow Strike comes in from Yang on to this Innocence Winter Wyvern, where he comes through. He's got the Vortex. Will get the kill there on Innocence. They lose DY as well as Yang. 3 heroes dead. Faded continuing to move in, and they've got the cogs. PYW, he'll end up dying. Buyback from Eurus as well as DY. And well, EHOME, they'll eject from this fight and come out, well, with just one casualty. Alright, Faith Beyond. Every time is a bit much. And that was with the BKB coming in from Ori, who's now looking at a Orchid. But Paparazzi, well, he bought back. And that'll slow down this Ags coming in. But despite the setback, you know, he's been farming at quite a pace where it shouldn't be terribly slow. He's only 1,700 gold away from it. Is this another smoke setup? Okay. Smoke used there by Lena. Thought maybe Innocence was going to look to use his. Use a smoke of their own. Nearby, VT Faded. His smoke's broken. Now they've got the Rupture coming in on the Yang as well as the Cold Zap EMP. Bloodright laid down, and Ori Hook shot comes through. They don't even need the Sunstrike. The Chaotic Offering comes in. The Vortex will land on an Innocence. He'll end up dead. 46 seconds on the sideline as they look for Paparazzi. He bought back. He needs to be careful. He doesn't have any way to heal up. And they've taken out Faith Beyond, so that might push EHOME back. But Paparazzi getting really close to dying in that spot. And look over at VT Faded. Good Winter's Curse. Won't keep VT Faded alive. And they had a follow-up there. Might have been enough to follow up on, but unfortunately they lose the Bloodseeker.
Glorious thanks.
So this time the fight goes in the favor of Vici. They almost lose Eurus there again, who will be picking up this Ags in just a moment.
Well-gotten gains.
This kind of feels like Faith Beyond. You know, he's landing some good hook shots, but what they were doing before with him was playing aggressive and looking for pickoffs, where it's now more team fight oriented. I wonder if they should kind of switch it up and look more for the pickoffs that they can get. But at the same time, you know, saying that and doing that are two different things, because Vici aren't exactly giving that opportunity with how they're set up. Look at how close they are farming to each other. Paparazzi farming here, right nearby. Zori could come in with a ball lightning if they were to go and try and get a pick off.
Double damage.
Set up over bottom, and they've got the Basher on Bloodseeker. Next into a Butterfly and then a Radiance. All right. Wonder if that's going to be one or the other. I don't know if he'll have the opportunity to get both. But it'll be a while until he gets those items. Faith Beyond. Looked like he might have thought about going in with a hook shot. I'm not too certain he caught where PYW was hiding in behind the trees, but that rocket flare will help him out anyway. But going into that spot would just be death, as there's no one really there to follow it up. Meanwhile, the Invoker about has this Ags. What was it, BKB Ags? He elects to go straight into the Ags. We'll see if it's BKB next for 897. But somehow Jinkyu, the 4-position Lina, picks up a BKB pretty quickly. Blink Dust. Won't catch this Invoker who finishes off the Ags. And things kind of slowing down to a halt as both teams electing to just kind of farm up a little bit. But that being said, it looks like it's a smoke from EHOME in just about a second. Yeah, there it is. So I'll wrap all the way around with the other 4 heroes as Invoker pushes out the lane. Looking for somebody, and they TP over Yang. Paparazzi showing himself, DY sitting on the back lines. They need to be careful against the potential hookshot that comes through onto this Warlock. The BKB will be popped by Paparazzi. Homing missile coming through. Yang, I think, looking for an opportunity to blink Burrow Strike. Gets hit by the cogs. Now the ball landing in with the BKB being popped by Ori. Moving forward. Chaotic Offering lands on 2. They've got 897 in a bit of a hairy spot. But the Winter's Curse holding in Ori, who no longer has the BKB. Flat Cannon doing a bit of damage. Blaymail's going to be popped here by the Bloodseeker. Laguna Blade comes out with a damage from VT Fated to get the kill. Epicenter on the backline. Jinkyu getting low, but he'll pop the dust. Meanwhile, Hookshot comes in, as well as the cogs from Faith Beyond once again. Paparazzi, he'll get low. He'll end up dying. 2 heroes gone on Vici. Make that 3. And they have no buyback on 4, make it 5. Full team wipe here for EHOME. And yes, Faith Beyond, give me the copy-paste. No buyback on anybody. And EHOME only losing 897. Very well done there by EHOME to work around that fight. They draw in Ori pretty deep to about here and gets hit with the Winter's Curse. He's now isolated away from his team. We saw Yang make a way over here to try and get the backlines. Doesn't even kill off Jinkyu, who survives it all. And then Faith Beyond backed off and hookshot back in, reapplied those cogs, and really locked down the side of Vici, who did not have an answer to that EHOME fight. Ball lightning over. We got the silence, and they look to get the kill on 897. He will fall to Ori. So back-to-back kills there on the Invoker. Faith Beyond, no hook shot for 25 seconds, but they get the vision and rupture on Yang, who just needs the TP. Or at least attempt to TP out. And just runs himself to death.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Where's the party?
You know, I'm really starting to pull away, up 5,000 net worth again. The game had sat even for about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Looks like Vici were pulling it back, but EHOME pull ahead once again. And it's off the back of VT Faded and Faith Beyond.
Dire are scanning.
And it's off.
So, EHOME feel as though they're in this good spot. 7 seconds left on this Ori BKB. 8 seconds left on the Gyrocopter BKB, who is going into that Satanic. After that Ags, like I said he would. About 1,600 gold away from picking up that Reaver and finishing it off. What does Yang have? Lotus Orb next, Veil, Blink Yules. Eurus. Paparazzi. Who knows? We'll see how long the name sticks. If it just sticks, you know, all together. Wouldn't be surprised. Smoke on DY? Or, well, smoke available. Actually came from Ori. And PYW, at least for now, showing with Eurus. This is by the Roche Pit. Ori looking to potentially make a move. VT Faded backs off, and EHOME were by the Roche Pit, and with that smoke, we'll see if they make a play. They were trying to sit back and hope that somebody would show for a second. Ori would ball lightning in, look for the Vortex, and have the follow-up, but with everybody splitting up and Gyrocopter continuing to look to finish that Satanic, he'll just back away with this smoke activated and give EHOME an opportunity to go in. Faith Beyond, he gets the hook shot in. Cogs will push him back towards the rest of the team, and the Laguna Blade, woo! Yeah. Easy kill there on to the Storm, and into Roche they go. Try to put themselves in. Burrow Strike hits on Innocence. Rocket Barrage as well as the Chaotic Offering. That's going to land on a VT Faded. They'll start to retreat. The Satanic was finished off. The BKB is going to run out of time on the Gyro. Meanwhile, Ori comes in and blows up Innocence back towards the top of this fight. Rocket Barrage, Faith Beyond gets the Cogs. This is trouble. They've got themselves this LSA as well as the kill from Jinkyu. Damage enough to take out Paparazzi. They look for PYW. They'll get themselves a second. They lose DY as well. Down goes Yang. 4 heroes gone. The Golem might follow up. Faith Beyond with the spam surely will. Back in Roche they go. There's the Aegis for VT Faded. turn into a 11,000 net worth lead, looking for Ag's 800 gold away as Faith Beyond. Satanic next for Bloodseeker. Voker going BKB. Paparazzi just not enough farm at the moment, now going Mjolnir. And then Ori going Lincoln's after picking up this Orchid earlier. Upheaval. Faith Beyond is out. Also out of mana, so he'll have to go back to base.
Rock it on.
Four staff there. Aether Lens. Jinku, who has a lot of farm. He's going into an Ags. A lot of Ags this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
32 to 20, just very much a lead at the moment for EHOME to expand on, too. With how much VT Faded is farming, how well he's looked so far, he's gotten into that butterfly and looking for even more.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, they're going to push onto the high ground, and we'll see if Vici are able to stop this. Hookshot all the way to the back lines, looking for DY. It won't set up with the Sunstrike. Or staff out of the blood right, but I believe he got silenced anyway. Clipped at the end, or he comes in with the ball lightning towards the back lines, but he's hit with the Winter's Curse. That'll lock up to the Chaotic Offer. He's going to be thrown. Hits Jinku as well as VT Faded with a hook shot back in. Kills off Ori. They've got the Laguna Blade. They get the kill on a Yang. Yang buys back immediately, but DY is going to fall as well. BKB pop by Eurus looking for anything that they can get their hands on, and maybe it's Faith Beyond. Burrow Strike finally lands. They get the kill. He's dead for 85. The Tornado comes in from 897. Innocence trying to TP away. Stun hits. PYW will find him, and they will get a second. So 3 killed there for 2. But 2 buybacks expended from Vici. Now it's about PYW. Instead of carry, it's the 4 position. They've just replaced it. Slacks has legitimately broken these 2 teams. Midas mode has broken them. They are running through this Vici lineup with relative ease. They've got the Ags finished here on Faith Beyond. Hookshot every 12 seconds. I think last time we saw it, the Ags, we saw the Clockwork get to Octarine Core. The hookshot was then at 9 seconds. I wonder if that's next for Faith Beyond, if he can get his hands on the gold.
And it's off.
Gonna go just Maelstrom into the butterfly. DOI's been okay with these chaotic offerings. It just, unfortunately, with how far behind they are, it hasn't felt as good as it could. Because you get a proper follow-up from your gyro as well as your storm, and those chaotic offerings are what sets that up. But when you chaotic offer and then you're just kind of, you know, without a gyro or without the storm, it definitely doesn't feel nearly as nice. Faith Beyond just looking for an opportunity to start with that hook shot. As they'll throw the cogs onto the high ground. Eurus coming over, and again, meanwhile, top. And we'll see all of EHOME who start to rotate because they got that rocket flare, so it did catch a lot of vision of them. They'll smoke up and start their movement towards the other side of the map. Hook shot. Hits on a VT faded. Wink Barrel Strike comes in. That's going to hit the Bloodseeker, but no follow-up from that. Yeah, I have been on the receiving end of a teammate's hook shot. Let me tell you, the yelling that comes and follows that up is usually quite loud. At a very high octave. What is 897 progressed on? BKB going into the Hex next. Has that Ags? It's actually Xingqiu who was the position. 4 has done so much. Back over towards top. Eurus in some trouble. Will wrap around and does have some help just in case. But this is a position for Alina. Sitting second on the net worth. Very impressive from Xingqiu overall. You know, we've seen Lina play the position 2 role at times, but to make up the gold and become the position 2 from the 4 is very impressive, that's for sure. Already level 25, and they are looking to pressure here. They do spot PYW. Oh, good 4 staff. Woo! That hook shot was ready to hit onto the Leshrac of PYW. I mean, yeah, you compare position 4s like 25 has Ags, has BKB, boots travel. PYW level 20, Spirit Vessel 4 staff. The difference in farm is exponential. EHOME this whole time have just been able to farm the entire map, waiting for that next Roche, which is back in 45 seconds. Meanwhile, Cataclysm, Ori, hello? He's gone. I believe they threw a Laguna Blade in, well, it was such a short cooldown at, excuse me, 8.4 seconds. With that arcane rune, they were able to lock him up and throw the Cataclysm to get the kill. He has buyback, they'll try and force it. They'll go for the bottom lane once again, but meanwhile, Hookshot comes in. Faith Beyond trying to get the kill there on the PYW, easily does so. The Burrow Strike only lands on one. The Chaotic Covering follows it up. They've got Fatal Bonds on a couple, but the Winter's Curse locks him in. Ori onto the backlines once again. Vortex on the Winter Wyvern, but that's all they'll get. They buy back on both the Leshrac as well as the Storm, so they're gonna need Jesus Yang. They're gonna need this Aegis on the Storm. Ball ending over, Faith Beyond locked up. They gotta surround him so he can't hookshot away, but the Vortex lands and lasts long enough to clean him up. So you need to put this Aegis on the Storm, but whoa, they're still looking to fight. Stun hits on Ori. He needs to be careful now. Backing off as 897 comes in. This is a choke point for them to go in on. Tornado only hits on a 1, but they've got the cogs. That'll push Paparazzi away. Blood Right doesn't land, and now Vici need to leave. This is really scary for Vici, knowing that Storm is without buyback. PYW is not as awful. This is with Roche up and Aegis and Cheese available. EHOME sitting right there.
Players here.
Visibility.
Incoming.
All down used. Courier. He was right there hanging out, and, well, EHOME moving forward. Hookshot actually doesn't hit the Burrow Strike away, avoiding the tornado. Still, this is looking like a Roche fight that could potentially decide the game, and most likely will. Yang hanging out over mid. Faith Beyond not level 25 yet. Rocket Flare gives True Sight is not what he kicks. Burrow Strike hits, and that's going to be on the Vici Faded. They'll have the homing missiles follow it up. He's popped the BKB, now goes into the Rupture. Hookshot into Roche. Okay. And that allows Eurus to back off, heal up, and get some more mana. They still have this bottom shrine, because they have not lost the tier 3 yet.
Rock it on.
Shot on cooldown again, but only for another 8 seconds. Really not the worst thing in the world when you've got that X. And back to full health here for Gyro. He's got the triple homing missile ready to go. Bloodthorn finished off on Ori, down 18,000 net worth. This definitely seems doable if they could take this Roche and take this fight. But again, that is a steep mountain to climb. Storm now level 25. Overload pierces immunity. Not going the 500 distance auto remnant in Ball Lightning. This is like the first time I've ever seen that be the choice instead of the remnants.
Homing in.
Scotty there. Getting some mangoes. They've got the Abyssal Blade, saving up for the Satanic. Wrapping around. Faith Beyond looking for an opening. Trying to find a hook shot. And they'll throw the Rocket Flare. Hook shot comes in, and that's going to be out of the Gyro. They've got the cogs around too. That's also on PYW. The Chaotic Offering will be thrown. They throw down the Cataclysm. Does a lot of damage here to Yang. Cold Embrace, healing up Faith Beyond. Laguna Blade gets thrown. PYW is going to go down as this Paparazzi. He's got buyback once again. They look over. The Chaotic Offering is going to be dropped as they lose this Warlock. Epicenter is ringing, but not enough damage. Ori trying to do something, ball ending onto the backlines. He'll find at least one, taking out 897. The Invoker goes down, and now with 2 golems hitting away, can they do anything more? Yang tries to run, has the Yules. Faith Beyond on the run with the Battery Assault. Yang still surviving, but nice Rocket Flare from Faith Beyond to finish him off. Buyback immediately. They'll take out Innocence. Buyback comes out from 897 as well, and it's buybacks around the horn. Force staff forward, Faith Beyond looking for an opportunity. They'll buy back on DY. They've got themselves the hook shot that's going to lock them up. They've also got themselves the EMP. Sand King needs to be careful. Cold Snap comes down to Paparazzi as well as the Spirit Vessel. He needs to really watch his positioning as he's low on mana. Missiles hit. Hook shots. Oh, Ori coming through. Faith Beyond might be in too deep, but they've got the Cold Embrace. Now they look over at Ori once again. The Chaotic Offering gets dropped as they lose DY. It's going to be a 3-on-5. They really need to start to back off, but the Tornado lands on Eurus as well as Yang. Yang bought back. Hookshot hits from Faith Beyond. They've got themselves the kill. He's going to be dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. just Paparazzi and Ori. Getting the kill there on Innocence. He bought back. Nowhere quick enough to get to the Aegis and Cheese. Aegis picked up here by 897.
Well-gotten gains.
Where's my pension?
Gives them enough time to get PYW back up, but still about a minute till they have Yang and 30 seconds till DY is free from Death's Door. This would be a lot easier if you had the Auto Remnant. They're trying to level up this Warlock to get the immunity for the Golems, but Hookshot comes in. They've got the Rupture. PYW moving back. And they'll have Sunstrike to land on the PYW, but they don't get the kill yet. They'll finally open up the base with the tier 3 going down over mid. 5 seconds till DY is there. And again, they just continue to harass the Leshrac, but they find Ori. He's in a bit of trouble. Pops the BKB. There's the hookshot. Laguna Blade. They'll get the kill. He's going to be dead for 2 minutes immediately with the Chaotic Configuring being dropped down by DY. But they're just not feeling it. And the damage is just not enough, and EHOME will succeed in taking out Paparazzi, killing him for 2 minutes, taking out DY. And basically winning this game as the hookshot from Faith Beyond lands again. GG is called, and EHOME, they will in fact take game 1. So a very exciting game 1. Back and forth. But eventually, EHOME overcome and take the victory. Vici faded 13-2-21. And then Jinkyu, the position for Lina, 12-3-25. The absolute MVP of this one. Did a very good job. And really just 28,000 hero damage was always there. Very much involved. Had 25 pretty quickly. And, I mean, overall, EHOME showing that they are a force in these qualifiers. Vici now hoping to split this series, because that puts EHOME comfortably at 4. If they split the series, they will be tied again. If EHOME can get to 5, they would be happy there with, I believe, one more series against Sirius, who are, of course, are in last. So we'll be back in just a moment with the next game, Game 2, coming up, as it is 1-0 for EHOME. I'm your caster, B-Cop. Sorry about the kills missed in the mid-game, but I think I kind of cleaned that up towards the end. But I appreciate you guys coming to watch this. This is an exciting series between two powerhouses in China, and I'm very thankful that I have the privilege to cast for you guys. So thank you so much. Follow me on Twitter. Help me get that verified. Very selfish needs. At BComp92. And we'll be back in just a moment. Stay right there.